My father is 84 years old. And like many people his age, technology is not easy to understand or comprehend. And he's a luddite on top of all of that, right? So I remember when he got his first VCR in the early 80s, it took me quite a bit of time to explain to him how it worked. So now when you think about it, technology is all around us, and it's not easy for our senior citizens to navigate. And my dad has trouble understanding the difference between a DVD player and a DVR. He doesn't understand the difference between Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. He doesn't even know why it's called Bluetooth, and I don't know that answer, but at least I know what Bluetooth is and how it's supposed to work. So I told him that in my free time, I've been working on a podcast. And he asked me, what is a podcast? And I explained it to him, and I told him the name of this podcast and its purpose. And he still didn't quite get it. So what I wanted to do was sit down with him and re-explain to him what Podfulness is and how podcasts work. And I thought it might be fun for you to come along with me and listen to that conversation. So I'm calling this a little mini Podfulness, a mini pod, if you will. It's not as long as our regular, normal episodes, but it's still something I think that's worthwhile to listen to. At least I found it humorous. So here is my dad and I. Or is it my dad and me? Okay, I'm going to need to look that up real quick and use Google. Now I have to explain to him what Google is. He knows what Google is. I don't think he knows how it works, but he knows what it is. Anyway, this is my dad and I, and we're talking about podcasts and Podfulness, and let's just get it started. All right, cue the music.
Hello and welcome to another episode of
Mini
Podfulness. Let's get started.
Right now,
Yes.
we are doing a special episode of
Yes.
Podfulness.
Of
Podfulness.
Podfulness.
Do you know what Podfulness is?
Is that Podfulness?
Pod, P-O-D, fullness. So if you take
Podfulness.
mindfulness and you combine it with a podcast, you get Podfulness.
All right.
Yeah. Do you know what Podfulness is?
I've never had a pod, so I don't know.
You-
I know whales swim in pods.
That's true. We're very big with large mammals, especially in the sea. So I'm talking with my father right now. Robert, would you like to introduce yourself to the audience? We're worldwide.
My name is J. Pierpont Robert, and I have many interests. I have no friends. Women won't even talk to me or look at me, except we had a guest woman to present something to the rest of the group downstairs, and there was a small group of 3, and she was so impressed with my singing voice, she encouraged me to do more with it.
Oh, you should
And
take lessons. What about theater? Have you thought about
I've
local
already
theater?
done the lessons routine. I have 2 older brothers. Each one was taught a musical instrument. I can't read one note, and but she gave me voice lessons.
So you could be a pop singer. Who is your favorite current pop singer?
Current?
Yeah, current.
I have no idea who's current.
Okay, who is your favorite pop singer?
Well, in my generation, there was Eddie Fisher.
Eddie Fisher.
Eddie Fisher was one. Perry Como.
Perry Como.
Great voice. Well, Frank Sinatra, he crossed many generations. Do you want more?
No, that's good.
Okay.
So let's talk about Podfulness, because the point of this little mini pod is to see if you understand what Podfulness is and if you understand what podcasts are altogether. So tell me, what do you know about podcasts?
I
when you
don't
hear
know
that?
anything.
You don't know anything.
Nothing.
Do you know what it is?
No.
So you don't know what Podfulness is.
How could I?
Okay, so let me try to explain to you what a podcast is. You grew up on radio, right?
Yeah, oh.
You tuned into radio programs. You don't have to give me your favorites because we don't have enough time for that. But you would tune into the radio at a specific time to listen to your show, right? The Lone Ranger came on at what time?
Put it 7:30.
7:30.
Put an S on there. Shows.
Shows, okay.
Because
so now
you lived by the radio.
But now imagine
Yeah.
that you want to be able to listen to the Lone Ranger.
Yes.
But now you can listen to it whenever you want. You just have to type in the name and it starts playing. That's what a podcast is. It's kind of like a radio show, but you're able to listen to it anywhere at any time. So does that make sense?
Sure.
Sure, okay. Now, have I tried to introduce you to podcasts before?
No.
So you've never heard the term?
No.
Okay. So I have a podcast, so this radio show, so to speak, that lives in the cloud. And what I do is I bring guests on the show and they talk about their favorite podcast. What do you
But I
think of that?
can't do that because I don't. What?
That's true. You cannot do that. But what if this became your favorite podcast?
Well, then I would listen to it constantly.
Then
I
what?
would have it broadcasted throughout the entire building.
So what is the name of the show again?
Podfulness.
That's very good. Nicely done. I was convinced that I wouldn't be able to explain to you what a podcast is, but you've proven me wrong. With your radio shows, what did you like about them?
Oh, about them because it was the only thing. That and the movies.
Right.
TV was first coming on board. And at that time, when you made a copy of the early TV shows, it was called what kinescopes. They were called kinescopes, and they were terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, the quality was terrible.
So if podcasts and the internet existed back when you were a kid,
Yes.
do you think that that would have changed the way you consumed media and radio and movies and television and music? Or did you like it the way it was?
No, I don't think it's a question of did I like it. I mean, we didn't have it, so you're asking me a mythical question that I just can't answer.
However, now you've got your friend Alexa, right?
She's a nice
Alexa,
woman.
stop.
Alexa.
No. What do you want to ask
Well, I
Alexa
didn't
right
know
now?
she was misbehaving. You should tell me sooner.
Yeah.
All right. And what? So.
But with Alexa, you sometimes ask her to play things for you, correct?
Oh, but I can also. I mean, if we go on the television, we have certain stations that do carry old time radio.
Yeah, so it's on demand, which is nice.
All right. Yeah, it
Okay.
is. It is. If at night you want something a little different to do, you look up one of your old radio programs.
So here's the burning question.
Burning.
If I showed you, you just said burning. So here is the question. If I were to show you how you can listen to Podfulness, your son's podcast, would you listen?
Absolutely.
Do you think you would enjoy it?
I don't know. I haven't heard it yet.
Excellent. Okay.
Okay.
Anything-
You want to know? This is based on honesty, isn't it?
Yes.
Am I just supposed to
No,
throw you
said-
flowers?
Do you have any questions for me about the process of making
No,
a
I've already
podcast?
forgotten most of it. All right, yeah. So, all right. So here we are.
That's it. We're done.
What do you mean we're done? We
That's-
haven't done anything.
I just wanted to make sure that my father knew what I was spending all of my time doing.
I don't
my
know
extra
what you're
time.
doing. I still don't know what you're doing.
I just told you I'm doing a podcast.
Like I say, I forgot already.
But what kind of work do you think goes into producing a podcast?
Well, the only thing I associate with podcasts is on many of the shows that I watch, they will, just before signing out, they will say, and you can get a complete podcast of this. And then you've got a whole list of podcasts.
That's right. So you
Yeah.
could just listen to the show you just listened
If you
to.
wanted to, if I wanted to.
Right.
I haven't done it yet.
No.
All right.
Do you know how much podcasts cost
No.
to listen to?
You mean to make or to?
To listen to. They're
Well,
free.
there's no-
They're free.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't cost you
Right.
anything.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad it's still free.
Do you know how much it costs for me to produce every episode? $9,000.
Every episode.
Every episode. I have to pay $9,000.
That doesn't sound like a profitable business.
No, I don't plan on making any money from this.
Well, then why are you doing it?
Because I love seeing my money go away. I love spending money without any
Good.
return.
That's it. That's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
If you need any money, don't ask me. Okay, so go ahead. If this is the way you're going to spend the money, forget about
Well,
it.
that's what makes this next part awkward.
Oh, all right.
I'm kind of in the hole.
And
Yeah. So
how deep?
I'm about $45,000 in the hole with
Oh.
podcasts. Yeah.
My son needs a new employment. It's called investing.
All right. So you now know what a podcast is. You now know that's how I'm spending my time. And you're the first and only relative I've had on the show so far.
Not even her?
Who is her?
Your mother.
No, not even her. But she'll be the next personal guest that I have.
All right, fine.
Because people are going to want to know what kind of woman would have married this guy. All right, so any parting words
She's
for the
already
audience?
asked me that. What? Go ahead. What?
Any parting words for the audience?
For the audience?
Yeah.
How cultured are they?
Oh my God.
They are?
Yeah, they're high cultured.
They're advanced.
Of course.
Oh, they all have a high school degree?
At least. Yes.
Oh, Ivy League.
Ivy League. Many Ivy Leaguers.
is there anything I want to say to them? Mm-hmm. Well, I would tell them if they're going to have soup, to stir the entire bowl before trying to drink it.
Wait a minute, hold on. Are you saying that in order to understand those pearls of wisdom, you have to be at least a high school graduate or have gone to an Ivy League school to know that you should stir the soup?
No. That was just a confusion of speech. No.
Okay.
No. Good heavens, no.
So what is your parting words of advice?
Advice to who?
To the listeners. People are hanging
Who's
on your
listening?
People are hanging on your every
There's
word.
no, I tell you, if you're listening to this, please call me and tell me you don't know what I'm talking about.
Do you want to leave your number?
No.
No.
Oh, no.
Then how are they going to reach you?
Oh, no. With all the scammers that are going on?
Yeah.
No. A scammer is a schemer with a bigger scam.
I'm going to put that on a T-shirt. That's amazing. That's deep. That's good.
That's Yogi Berra level.
That is Yogi Berra level.
Do the listeners know who Yogi Berra was?
Actually, in one of our episodes, Yogi Berra came up. Yeah, we talked about Yogi Berra on an earlier episode.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Which came first was the question, Yogi Bear or Yogi Berra? Can you answer that question?
Yogi Berra.
How do you know? You're so confident in your answer.
Oh, absolutely. Yogi. We're talking about the 1940s New York Yankees.
Yeah. Who was your favorite Yankee?
Oh, well, favorite.
Joey D?
Outstanding. I mean, the Yankees in those years, they were number one, the pennant winners. And they always came down to them for the Major League and Boston.
Yeah.
Okay? In Boston, the big name was Ted Williams.
Right.
And Ted Williams, during WW2, he was a jet fighter pilot.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, there was no Major League Baseball during WW2.
I know.
Because all the guys were getting their nuts shut off. I mean, the women weren't out there. Oh, yes, they were. Yes, that's cruel.
Oh, they were helping out,
That's
for sure.
Oh, more than that. Oh, they were sacrificing also.
Yeah.
That was just for the joke. Nothing
That's right.
sincere.
You haven't been canceled, and even if you were, you probably wouldn't even know it.
I just keep talking.
That's right.
Telling my latest jokes.
Well, thank you, Dad, for...
Wait.
Oh, there's more.
We've got to end
Oh, you're going to end with a joke.
I've got to find a joke. Oh, wait.
Here we go. Let me tell you. Okay, he's going to rifle around his papers.
Where's here? I've got
Audience, let me tell you that
collection.
My father likes to write jokes.
Yes.
His setups are really good, even strong middle parts, but the punchlines always miss the mark. Always. Consistently. So here we go.
All right. I will now conclude.
Is it a short one?
My portion, very short.
Okay.
And it's one that you must ponder until our next meeting. Jack and Jill went up the hill, and why should I care? That's it. We're not going over it. I mean, if they don't understand it, they're not worth my time.
Thank you, Dad.
Let them send in.
If you could make more noise, that'd be great.
Let them send in their answer on the back of a Rice Krispie carton top, and the winner will get toasted Rice Krispies, which doesn't exist anymore.
Toasted Rice Krispies was a breakfast treat?
Yeah. Oh, it was terrible.
It was.
I don't think it lasted until the next show, but that was radio.
Sounds delicious. Well, thanks for your time, Dad.
Oh well, what the hell? I don't have anything to do. Except do my wash, which I just did. All right.
My patience level with my father has gotten a lot better. And it's because I'm trying to think about the world through his eyes. Somebody who's used to just plugging in a radio, turning it on, and moving a dial and getting programming. And now think about how challenging the world is around all of us. So for those of you that found me, thank you very much. And for those of you who have perhaps an adult in your life where technology is a little confusing, all you need to teach them is how to find Podfulness. Nothing else matters. No other streaming services. Just get them to listen to this show, and I think you'll see their lives will improve tenfold. Thank you very much for listening to this mini pod, and I will catch you next time on Mini
Podfulness.